Hi everyone, I'm John Pawlak. Welcome back to Ion Harness Racing. Some of the top 3-year-olds in the sport were assembled this past weekend at Harris Chester for what was billed as Super Stakes Sunday. Perhaps the marquee matchup was the $500,000 Battle of the Brandywine, in which the recent winner of the Delvin Miller Adios Vintage Master took on the colt he upset at the Meadows, Well Said.
Well Said put to a drive. Chasin' Racing will not give in. And Well Said adds the Battle of the Brandywine to his resume. Well Said marches to greatness in the Battle of the Brandywine at 150 flat.
Well Said has now won 7 of 9 and $1.5 million this year. And his trainer Steve Elliott was low-key in the winner's circle when he explained about how his star likes to race.
He's always better with a trip, you know, and as long as he's following somebody, he's got a target to shoot at. He's always better. 9 more trips to be back. You know, he had to go. Ronnie thought he had to make his move then because he didn't want to get backed up too far out of it, and you know, he got a pretty good trip considering, and he prevailed.
In the $500,000 Colonial Trot for 3-year-olds, the runner-up in the previous week's Hambletonian, Explosive Matter, got into gear after the quarter pole and sped home a decisive winner for driver Ron Pierce.
Explosive Matter coming down to the line. He wins the Colonial easily. Explosive Matter 2 lengths the best.
In the $350,000 Valley Forge, an upset of the 3-5 favorite, Not Enough, came when the winner rolled off cover in the late stages and won at 22-1.
But here's Special Sweetheart down the center. Not Enough is defeated. Special Sweetheart wins the Valley Forge in 151 from Ginger and Fred and Not Enough.
Following the upset victory, winning driver David Miller talked about the move that led to the upset.
Like I said, up the backstretch around last turn, my filly, she just felt strong the whole way around last turn. I noticed that Timmy had the earplugs out on his horse, and my filly was still felt pretty strong. When I tipped her 3 deep, she just paced right by.
How do you accept $1 billion in wagers over a 5-year period and still lose money? That's exactly the question the New York State Comptroller is asking New York City OTB. An analysis by the Comptroller noted that the OTB Corporation is $288 million in debt, and he recommended, to say the least, that it cut operating costs. Even that may not be enough to keep New York City OTB afloat. The Comptroller says the corporation is already insolvent. Sweden's V75 wager was not won this past Saturday, meaning that the new jackpot will rise to an estimated $15.4 million US. Bettors in the U.S. will likely take note of that Swedish wager, which may be bet at several U.S. locations, including the Meadowlands, Freehold Raceway, Balmoral Park, Maywood Park, Intertrack Partners in the Chicago area, and a New Jersey's online betting system. Good luck, you Swedish bettors.
And it's Muscles Yankee and Campbell leading it by a length and a half.
Muscles Yankee seen here in Rock and Roll Hanover. Great racehorses, great stallions, and now perhaps great artists. The Standard Bred Retirement Foundation has announced that these great horses will be the first to paint masterpieces that will then be auctioned to benefit the foundation's work in standard bred adoption. The horses will paint using their muzzles, their tails, and their hooves, and the artwork will be auctioned off in November. Such stories as this may be read every day in the USTA web newsroom at news.ustrotting.com. In a moment, we'll turn our attention to the upcoming Breeders' Crown.
Show that you've got style, that you support harness racing in the USTA, and that you know how to save money by shopping for logo wear online. A wide product selection and eye-catching designs, all of them perfect for gift giving, and some clearance priced, are now available online.
It all starts to come down to the Breeders' Crown this Friday night at the Meadowlands, where older trotters and pacers will take part in 4 races for a total purse of $1.6 million. Lucky Jim drew post position 2 in the open trot and will look to follow his stunning win in the Nat Ray with a Breeders' Crown victory. He'll face Mr. Izzy and Arch Madness as part of a field of 6. Buckeye St. Pat, the reigning divisional leader, also drew post 2 in the trot for mares, but she'll have to contend with 9 others, including such stars as Levesque Dream and Lantern Kronos. A brief but supremely talented field of free-for-all pacers will meet in the open pace in which Won the West, Shadow Play, Bittersweet, Artificial, Mr. Big, and Shark Gesture will line up in that order. The field of pacing mares also drew 10. One of the likely favorites, Southwind Temple, will start from post position 9, outside of such stars as Tidewater Dragonfly, Darlin's Delight, and Tug River Princess. The Breeders' Crown for 2- and 3-year-olds will be raced on October 24th at Woodbine in suburban Toronto. A possible Breeders' Crown matchup in the Open Trot between Lucky Jim, the winner of the recent Nat Ray, and Torvald Palema, the winner of this year's Elite Lopet in Sweden, never came to pass after the latter decided to stay on the Swedish soil. And that's really a shame, because it's always fun to see the greatest trotters in the world come to the United States to face our best.
And here comes Varen on the outside, and he just leisurely strolls to the front here for Giampaolo Minucci.
Well, it probably wasn't so exciting for the North Americans when Varen came in 2001. He left having impressed us all, and with a Breeders' Crown victory timed in 1:51.1. That still ranks as the fastest Breeders' Crown trot in history.
Trying to hold on for Miners Bulls, but it's Varen, the Italian stallion, Grandioso Cavallo! And he becomes the first European horse to win the Breeders' Crown, 1:51.1 for Varen from Italy into the Big M winner's circle.
Stay with us. In just a moment, we'll reveal our latest contest winner. We have a commemorative Hambletonian Day program and a Hoof Beats t-shirt, and they're headed to New Brunswick. Rick Olson of Rothsay, New Brunswick, correctly and first answered that 2005 was the year in which a record amount was bet on a single harness racing card. That, of course, also on a Hambletonian Day. Thanks, Rick, and thanks to all of you who took time to enter. Remember, if you have any questions or comments about Ion Harness Racing, we'd love to hear them. Send them via email to i@ustrotting.com. Next week, we'll take a look back at the Breeders' Crown as well as the Sweetheart and Woodrow Wilson finals. Be with us on Thursday. Until then, thanks for watching.